everyone. So I realize that there are some times when I am going to be going to sleep and I have difficulty because one thing is I'm a single mom, so I don't have a companion to talk to and to hang out with. So sometimes you just need to have that extra voice next to you. The other thing is that I've been on survival mode for such a long time. So I'm always listening for little sounds, and so the smallest thing wakes me up. So what I'm going to do is, for some grown-ups, I'm going to give you a bedtime story. And I'm going to do this in segments. So there's a very special person to me. His name is Kiril Sokoloff. And he has written 7 books, and one of his books is called Personal Transformation. I don't have the cover because I took it off because I read this one so much. And this book is all about his journey into understanding deafness, because he became deaf later on in life. He's a very special man. You should go look him up. So tonight I'm going to be reading you his book on personal transformation. We're going to begin by taking 3 deep breaths. So inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breathing cycle. You're going to inhale to the count of 4, hold for a count of 5, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. We'll go together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Again, inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Good. Just breathe normally. Allow your body to relax. Find any areas where you're holding tension. Relax them. Do a scan from your feet up to the top of your head. We'll begin with relaxing your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your pelvic floor. Relax your stomach and all of your organs. Let them relax. Relax your chest, your shoulders, your arms. Relax your hands. Let your whole body rest completely wherever you are. Relax your neck. Relax your head. Relax your face. Be still. And now we begin our story, knowing that you are completely loved by someone who doesn't even know you. Chapter 1, What I Don't Hear. If you have a strong imagination, you can try to visualize the life of a handicapped person. Close your eyes and stumble around the room, feeling for the wall, feeling for some direction. Or sit in a wheelchair and think of life without ever walking again. But deafness is a handicap that is harder to imagine. Putting cotton in your ears for an hour tells you little about affliction. Essentially, deafness is about failure at the most basic and fundamental level of human interaction, communication. Let me begin this book by telling you what I don't hear. I miss the intonation and pitch of voices, the emphasis on words, the meaning of silences, the nuances in the way words are delivered. I don't hear the names of people to who I am introduced, no matter how many times I ask them to repeat. Words in a sentence have a context, but people's names don't. I don't understand foreigners with heavy accents, particularly the Chinese and the British. I don't hear the spoken words of children. I can't hear in a crowded room with background noise. I can't comprehend the waiter when he tells me about the specials and asks what kind of salad dressing I want, how I would like my meat cooked, or what type of vegetables or potatoes I would like. I can't understand conversation in a movie or on a video cassette unless it's subtitled or has closed captions. I can't hear what they ask me at passport control. I don't know what the clerk at the airport check-in is asking. I never hear a word that tour guides say. I do not understand a word of lectures or speeches, particularly if there's a microphone. I can't follow conversations if the lighting is poor. I can't understand what people say who have mustaches or beards. I can't hear people who don't enunciate. I can't follow people who speak quickly or nervously. I do not understand people who mumble and don't move their lips. I cannot understand people who speak with their hands in front of their mouths. Conversing on airplanes is very difficult because the roar of the engines drown out all sounds of speech. I am unable to eat and talk. I am unable to walk and talk. I cannot follow a conversation when a person does not face me when he or she speaks. I cannot hear when more than one person speaks at the same time. I cannot follow speech in a noisy restaurant. All restaurants are noisy, despite people's efforts to find quiet ones. Rooms with poor acoustics, where voices echo, are the most difficult places for me to carry on a conversation. I can't hear a word spoken in a room with background music or a piano player. I cannot hear loudspeaker announcements of any kind. I don't know I'm being addressed if someone is behind me, for example, in an elevator. I do not hear when people talk to me from afar, shout from another room, or speak when walking in front of me. I am unable to understand what my lover says at night in bed with the lights off. I cannot hear alarm clocks. I do not comprehend speech when people are farther than 5 feet away from me. I can't follow what people are saying who whisper in my ear. They often whisper in the wrong ear, and I need to read lips. If you are talking to a group and you turn away from me, I won't hear you. I don't listen to music anymore. At best, it's like attempting to feel the softness of silk or the texture of velvet through thick work gloves. Hearing aids are extremely sensitive to moisture. A small amount of water or sweat can damage $6,000 hearing aids. So hearing impaired people can't wear hearing aids at the gym, during sports, or when it's raining. We can't hear you during those times. I can drive and listen, although it sometimes terrifies people the way I do it. I adjust the rearview mirror so I can see the lips of the person sitting next to or behind me. I turn on the interior light and read their lips while driving. It's been successful for over 15 years. Please don't tell the police in my area. People who know me well look at my eyes. Does he understand? Other friends make me repeat what is said. Did I hear? The reality is that I comprehend very little, if anything, of group conversation or one-on-one conversations in crowded, noisy rooms. The goal of a deaf person is to make the appropriate non-committal facial responses and hope that while you are smiling, someone isn't talking about a personal tragedy. Frequently, conversations change 3 or 4 times before I know it. If I interject a comment on a subject that was discarded 5 minutes ago, I feel stupid, so I usually keep mum. Every day I interact with people, and conversation requires an effort. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted. Many deaf people retreat rather than go through this. The real skill is to figure out when a question is coming. Luckily, most people like to talk. Few people ask questions. There's often a lift in someone's speech or the eyebrows raise if a question is asked. If I study carefully, more often than not, I can guess that I'm heading for the hot spot. Participating in the social and hearing world takes special effort. Sometimes, someone will ask me a question, and no matter how many times I ask for repetitions, I still can't understand. Other times, I am fearful that by maintaining the same facial expression in a long conversation, I am not responding appropriately to what I am told. If I interfere with the free flow of conversation, it grinds to a halt. If people stop frequently to repeat, spontaneity is lost. Besides, they won't do it for long, or worse, they'll avoid me. So, we deaf believe. I'm frequently asked, why don't you tell people you aren't hearing them? The reality is that many people are incapable of changing their speech patterns. Here's a typical answer when you tell someone you're deaf. Oh yes, I also have a hearing problem in my left ear. What they mean is that they have a mild high-frequency loss. They hear me fine. They'll speak up for about 1 minute before reverting to their prior way of speaking. So if some people won't change, you must do what I do. Participate by osmosis. Laugh when people laugh. Smile when they smile. Be serious when they are serious. Later you find out what happened. That is, if your spouse or companion is a good listener, cares to chronicle what happened, and is patient enough to answer all of your questions. Or alternatively, you can turn a handicap into an asset. You lose one of your senses, you gain another. In my case, my intuition grew and grew. It's my most valuable asset. I have insights into people that I never had when I heard well. End of chapter 1. Go to sleep. Sleep well.